We are live. It is Wednesday, July 16th, 2025, and we have another bounce. Not to pat myself on the back, but exactly where I thought it would bounce. 62.60. We are now up 40 points from those lows. The 62.60 level, incidentally, is the trigger to start shorting. Until then, more of the same, baby. All it is more tackle and fuel for the buyers to bottom wick and go higher and to smoke all the shorts. Having said that, we are smack dab right after this morning's bounce. We are smack dab in the middle of the range that we've now been in since July 3rd. So that's 13 calendar days of back and forth, bottom wick, a little bit of rollover, bottom wick. 65.40 for the long entry. Negative. So I still have to wait for those levels I post in signals are just the confidence areas. You still have to apply the 3 criteria. However, that's a very high confidence area. I would say medium high confidence area. I wouldn't categorize it as high. I'd say medium high. Kind of like medium rare. All right, so 6,300 here on ES. We are climbing up. What's up, YouTube? How's it going? How is it going? We have 23,100 liquidity up top. That 23,100 liquidity has been the same exact level as been on the books every day for like 2-3 weeks. 23,100, 23,100, 23,100 over and over and over and over again. It appears my hero indicator is once again working. It was inactive yesterday, but appears to be active today. So we will see. Medium rare is the best way to cook steak. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. 62.94 on the S&P. NASDAQ is 23,047. Have a nice little red move here after a decent run up since European Open. Looking across the market, all of the S&P is green except for tech. Tech is the XLK sector is now down 0.12%. We have liquidity up and pretty much nothing down for today's session. Remember, today is VIXpiration. We have 6310 on the S&P. NASDAQ's coming all the way back over here. $62.95. Let me get you going on the stream here. Change stream. Let's go over to volume analysis. Booyakasha, we are set to go. How is your mother? Boom. Fan-freaking-tastic. Already bottom wicket. So, it is still my opinion. It is still my opinion. You need to be looking for buy-the-dip opportunities until the market proves you wrong. This is not the market to go call on top yet, because guess why? Guess why? What do you not see on this beautiful daily chart? Other than the 62.60, which we already know about and already talked about. What do you not see on this daily chart to tell you that we are, in fact, ready to start shorting? Volume. Nice, June T. You didn't make me wait long. I appreciate it. If I had a little miniature Snickers, and I'd throw it at you. In which case it would bounce off the screen, land on my desk, and I would eat it. So we don't have any volume here, which tells me we have no major selling climax, which tells me we are not ready to sell off yet. Yet. Could happen this week. In fact, my gut feeling says that the top is imminent, but not yet. So, now, is it possible to sell off without a volume spike and selling climax? Absolutely. All I talk about is, everything I talk about is derivative of confidence. So, if we do smoke 62.60 and we don't have any volume, that is perfectly fine. It is just time to execute based on the 3 criteria. I'm going to work on a post for my rules and system to post in the building systems channel. Beautiful Magabagooli. Love it. The S&P is coming up 6,300. Good morning, rainy days. What's up, baby? Dog walk. Let's get the day going. Oh, yeah. Had a couple of cups of bean water. Oh, yeah. I got you. A couple of apples. I love it. NASDAQ is getting dumped. Big red candles all the way over. Fill the imbalance here from the PPI data is imminent. Down to 23,000. Let's see what they do after crushing this baby lower. Love to see it. There's the imbalance filled. How far are they going to take it? How far are they going to take it? Top step tilt is 60%. We have liquidity up at 6,300, 6,310. Next algorithm is forming. So far it is red. It is now 5 minutes into the market, and they're still selling. And we'll see what happens. I would love to hammer this with a buy. I just have to be patient. I would love to hammer this with a buy. We just have to be patient. I do want to recap, although yesterday, 60% short, I'm sorry. Yesterday I did lay out the theme for volume and to how to look for. I hope you saw that in the stream analysis. I did have some questions. People did have some questions about that, though, so I'm happy to go over it on the voice channel today after we get through like the first half hour. We'll go back to yesterday's and we'll kind of look for the difference between accumulation to go higher and absorption to go lower if you're looking for a bounce. Bottom wick on NASDAQ. Let's see, ES is still going higher once again, leading the market. The S&P has been leading the S&P or the NASDAQ here for a couple of days. It's going up. RTY going higher. PL going lower. CL bouncing, not at my target yet. We do have CL inventories today. Crude oil inventories are today, which may get oil lower. Now, with the news posting, you could wick right through this. Little sweep down, get to 65 or so, and then bottom wick. You've got to be aware when there's news-driven events. Gold is plummeting again. Do we get a fourth bounce off of the 3330 level? I'm not going to play that as aggressively as I would normally because we've already absorbed 3 times. If they come down there and you do not have a volume spike on gold in the 3330 area, you have to look for lower prices, at which point I'll target 3320, 10 points lower. Do you understand that concept? Because we've already bounced here 3 times, you can't confidently play the fourth bounce unless you have the 3 criteria, of course. Yep, this week also does kick off bank earnings. Bank earnings. Another top wick on NASDAQ, all the way back over. I did heavy deadlifts yesterday, so I am super hungry today. I could eat a horse. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? I will be giving away 2 TakeProfitTrader accounts. Maybe this week, most likely it'll be the early next week. It'll be for Discord members only. I'll figure out how I'm going to do that. So be ready. Be ready. Right now we have more puts than calls on the Hero, although overall light, we do have more puts than calls. Still top wicking. NASDAQ is still coming down. Gold is getting dumped. Another bottom wick. You ready, math? I love it. Long opportunity for gold, 3328 yesterday, low and pre-market low. And then lastly, 3290. Yeah, I'm not going to play the 3330 very much, unless obviously we have the 3 criteria. Otherwise, I'm going to look for a move beyond that. NASDAQ is still 2303. Doji'd out. ES is range bound now since 7 o'clock this morning. Still looking around for opportunity. VIX, what do we have on VIXpiration, the day of the VIX? The day of my daughter's wedding. VIX is 1682, still hovering down pretty much the same price it was back in June. Also, obviously, the baseline where the market tends to base the VIX now going back a year or so. Beyond that, the VIX loves to hold this area. We have a slightly elevated VIX from what we had in early 2024. It's been holding here since July of 24. This lower to mid 16s to lower to mid 17s area. Don't really see anything coming off of that. So, which means that I do think we are due for a small correction here. We just have to wait for the confirmation. NASDAQ is coming down again, 23.3. No additional trades. We have 320 million in puts, 170 million in calls. Let's take a look at the trace. Today's baseline on the SPX is 62.50. 62.50. We do have Bookmap today. We'll be hanging out over on Bookmap server at 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern time. Look at all that liquidity at 6,300. All that liquidity at 6,300. We are 4 minutes away from my executable time frame with confidence. I can trade before the 9:45 if I'd like, but I have to pull back position sizing to minimal, absolute minimal, because there is no confidence there. So if I want to partake in momentum in the first 15, I got to pull the risk all the way back. $62.90. We have Wix at 20.011 on NASDAQ. We have Wix Beyond on ES at 62.90. They're coming back down. We get 62.90 coming up on 9:45, still a little bit lower. Does anyone know which data feeds I need to include ES, NASDAQ, microseal, and gold? You'll need the CL. You'll need the CME for. Hold on a second. For the S&P. Come on, where's that? Right below the range. They're bouncing back up. Can you do it? So the $41 button, yes sir. Yeah. Well, you could do that too. That's all CME markets. Yeah, with market depth, definitely. Man, I am starving. Ravenous. Another bottom wick. TLT. TLT. It's in the game. What's up, Rainy Days? How you doing? Good morning. Do you already give a rundown for the day? Sorry, I was caught up in work calls. Every time I hear rundown, I always think about that episode in The Office where Jim doesn't know what the rundown is. Can you give me a rundown? Yeah, so the S&P. What do I think of the rundown today? I mean, everything's still the same. If you look at the daily chart, nothing's changed. There's absolutely zero reason here to go bearish. We have no supply volume. We are still range bound. We haven't even taken out a low. We just defended 62.60. 62.60 is my trigger. Now, yesterday, don't get me wrong. Yesterday was a good start to start thinking about a possible short-term top correction. Short-term. We had an aggressive top wick, but what did we fail to have? We failed to have volume. June T already answered that question for me. So until we take out 62.60 and or a very large amount of volume, the only way you're going to get me shorting up in this area at the top is if we have a thrust higher with bullish pattern, smack down top wick into the afternoon with volume. We get that, then I'm willing to short at the highs instead of 62.60. And we don't have that. If we go lower without the selling climax with volume, then I'll play under 62.60 for a short lower into probably, I don't know, 5-6% correction. But we'll see. I like the 85, 88 range for potential long, but I'm just a noob. Let's see what you got for 80.85. 80.85, and that would be right the imbalance from the data, so that would be a great point to scalp along. I like it. Keyword there is scalp, because we don't have a lot of structure there. If we go lower than that, obviously, we've got a long way down. We have the first pivot is 77, and after that is going to be a retest of 60. QT 3.14159265.4. Is that pi? Oh, QT pi. I like it. 62.60 level I'm watching on the 2 hour as well. Beautiful. Yeah. TNT. Dynamite. When I was in engineering school at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, in the engineering school, in the engineering building, in the class, they had the digits of pi around the whole perimeter of the room. So I don't know, it was like a couple of hundred digits of pi, and I managed to memorize like the first 20 or something. I know where that is. Yeah, you do. Way back in 2004. 2004. 2004. What do we have here? 833 million in puts, 227 million in calls, and dropping. They are in the process of, in fact, no, they are selling calls here. So they have dropped calls over into negative territory, which means they are selling to open calls, which is what Spot Gamma thought they would do. 830 million in purchase puts. Let's see here. What can they do? Oil still going lower. I want to attack that 63.40 or 64.40 range. 65.40, I'm sorry. Gold's coming on down into the support. If you are using TopStep X, they have a risk settings menu that every single person needs to be using. In my opinion, it is a massive pro to use TopStep. In fact, the biggest pro for them. You can control pretty much every single aspect of your system to keep you from being a jabroni. It leaves you no excuses for overtrading, overpositioning, etc. Go into your settings tab, go to risk settings. You can control how much money to shut it down, how much loss to shut it down automatically. You can do your own daily loss limit. You can do maximum trades per day, maximum trades per week. You can do contract limits on position sizing for any symbol, NASDAQ, ES, HG, HOG futures, whatever. Highly, you could block yourself out from trading a name. So if you don't like trading NASDAQ, you could block the ability to trade NASDAQ. It won't even let you trade it. Highly, highly recommended. Makes you wonder why the regular brokers don't offer such features. Well, yeah. Yeah. So a huge plus. As critical as I've been of TopStep the past few weeks, they did good with that. ES is breaking lower. NASDAQ is not breaking lower yet. Let's see here. 62.91 on ES going lower. NASDAQ has 010 down to 975. If they take this out, it may be a touch spicy. Maybe a touch spicy, kind of like ordering the level 5 pad thai. Is scalping allowed on props? Yes. In fact, scalping is pretty much how most people trade props, because they don't know how to put on a trade longer than 38 seconds. Heck, 38 seconds is a long trade for some people. All right, top look back over. NASDAQ, ES both getting wrecked with a capital R. Let's go to 22975. ES is going to look for the 85 imbalance fill from the PPI data at 8:30 Eastern Time. Still going. Maybe they pumped it up to knock out the put before the drop. It's possible. It's possible. It'll pop. Oh, we just had a data aggregation. We do have a Fed speaker today. So I think it's speaking now, actually. Or if not now, it's soon. So be aware. Be aware. 23,000 breach NASDAQ going lower. If they take this out, you'll look for 980. ES is about to fill the imbalance. Again, not a major level, but it is an imbalance fill there. 22.9 still going down. $29.86, 962. There it goes. We have the first pivot. Negative 2,000 CVD NASDAQ, which is pretty extreme. Negative 1,200 on the S&P. NASDAQ is getting wrecked all the way down. First pivot right here. Let's see what they do. Still going. They take this out, we'll touch low of the day, or pre-market lows. Absolutely coming down here. 22.968. First defense. Beautiful stuff. Big old bottom wick NASDAQ. Can they hold it? First support area in the gold right here. Is it? Yeah. Yep. So the first wick off this area. I'm not playing the long on gold there unless we have the three criteria. I will play the one below that though. Oil is about to touch our area. ES still coming off. Beautiful. NASDAQ is plunging lower. If they take this area out, I would look for 920, 930. But this is a pretty decent area here. We have a lot of wicks in this area for a possible scalp. But yeah. There we go. How strict are we with following the SG levels? Those are not levels I would trade off of. Those are situational awareness levels. So I would be very much aware of those and determine what kind of risk I want to analyze at those levels. So if we have an aggressive put wall, there's no way I'm shorting if we come down and touch that level because they're going to defend the living crap out of it. Stuff like that. But would I blindly trade off of them? No. Bottom wick. On ES, NASDAQ is slightly bottom wick here. Again, I would love to get the 930. That would be beautiful. Until then, back and forth. Nice. Nice. RTY. Did y'all catch the signals channel yesterday with RTY? Had two possible entries off of it, two possible profitable trades off that entry. So I officially closed the analysis on it because it already executed both. It wiped out the potential with those trades. So if you missed them, don't play it again if it comes down, or play it at your own risk, I should say. Heck, everything should be played at your own risk, obviously. So the only thing I have active right now, well, actually, technically, there's two things active in that signals channel. It is PL, which is still active. That's still an active signals trade. And oil, CL, I've added today. So be ready for those two. Options data right now, we have aggressive call selling. Aggressive call selling. 490 million of calls sold. So they are aggressively selling calls, which makes sense, the fact that today's expiration and the fact that we've been so green the past couple of months. We have OPEX on Friday as well, which means Thursday should be a spicy day tomorrow. I was hanging out with my girlfriend and watched the RTY bounce. Didn't touch it. I want to spend time with her. I was in an expensive relationship, Tofu. Expensive relationship. Love it. Love it. You made the right move. The best economic decision you can ever make in your life is choosing the right partner to marry. Big bounce. Big bounce, big bounce. I found a woman that lets me do all my shenanigans. Most women are like, no, you can't buy rental property. It's too risky. You're going to lose money. Speaking of which, she just brought me a drink. So, it's good. Hey, this isn't a Truly, is it? This tastes like a Truly. She's trying to get me drunk on stream. Drink trade, yeah. 62.85.50. Still holding. NASDAQ is 977. My wife told me buying 3 Bitcoin at 17 was stupid, so I didn't. You're talking about the first RTY bounce at 115, the second at 3. A-firm. So I posted 2 levels. If you're looking on... Oh, I just deleted it. If you're looking on the old chart here, I posted these 2 green levels, which, again, as with everything I post, this is not anything crazy. This is not rocket surgery. Pretty simple stuff here, but it works. It's the easiest thing I can present to you to make money. So we have the first level at 22.25. We came down, bounced off of it. It would have got you from 22.25 to 22.36. We roll back over, failed it because that was a low confidence area, which I noted. Come all the way back over, and this basing area, which was high confidence. This one would have got you 22-ish, depending on where your entry was, up to 22.40. 40 points on the RTY for an ICC trade. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. None of this should have stopped you out. So, there you go. Everything I post in the signals channel is high confidence to a degree. It's confident enough, I should say, for me to base my reputation on pinging out to you all. Keep it up. Keep it up. Top wick on the S&P. If this fails, we're going lower. Obviously. That's a John Madden comment. Trulies are just mixtures. You're truly right. There's definitely. We had a 4th of July party, and someone brought over a bunch of Trulies, so. I had those exact areas plotted out before I even checked your message. Beautiful. That means you're learning. I love it, Ethan. Keep it up, baby. Keep it up. So she owes me like 300,000 so far. Still going down. S&P. Top of the hour move coming. 10 o'clock. Top of the hour. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. NASDAQ still top, looking to go lower. After that, we have 930. 963 is coming down. What you know about that? Gold's bottom wicking. Yeah, so right in the zone again. Still bottom wicking. Fails to give out the 33.30. I have a feeling, though, that they're going to absorb it and go lower today. But the data says otherwise. We have a high volume wick. We did have volume there, which showed me there's still residual demand. ES still going lower. Every single time you're looking at analysis or looking at an entry, you have to ask yourself why, or por qué. Why is it moving? It's pretty good. Was por qué why? Is that because? Interesting. Top wick back over here. We're putting on liquidity at 63.05. 63.05. Wait for the high volume. We have high volume. Higher volume. It's not necessarily high, but it's definitely higher. We have high volume on NASDAQ here at 950. It's both. Interesting. Tesla's a rocket ship. Every time I traded this month, I've blown up like a rocket ship. I'm just staying in my lane with SPY and reliable plotted levels. Nice. Don't go chasing my heart. Oh, man. The difference in por qué, I believe, is Y has an accent at the end and because does not, I think. Interesting. That probably makes sense. All right, there's the 10 o'clock time frame. $23,000 bounce. Top looking back over. $62.82. Options data still says aggressive call selling, bruh. Aggressive call selling, bruh. 1 billion in puts purchased. 800 million in calls sold. Where do we go from here? Donde? SPY is showing some support. A lot of top wicks here. A lot of top wicks here on the 5-minute chart. It's not wanting to go anywhere. NASDAQ does. Yes. C. We have liquidity higher on Bookmap, 6,300, 6,202. But it's not a lot, though. It's not a lot. What are the mega caps doing? Let's see if we can tip our hand. Nvidia is basing. Apple is still remaining at highs. Microsoft is getting wrecked again. Amazon is down but starting to bounce. Meta's bouncing. Google is doing the same. Tesla's flying. I don't like short and lows, man. I'll be honest with you. So how does morning's action here compare to yesterday? How does it compare to yesterday? Let's go take a look. So far, exactly like yesterday. We bounced at about 10 o'clock. And we're right on that same time frame. So far, it's literally, I mean, look at this. Big pop, roll over, build back up, roll. Big pop, roll back over, build up, roll. So it's literally so far the same exact price action as CPI yesterday's PPI today. So far. We're still yet to see if we're going to bounce. But in my opinion, the only thing at the moment that looks like it wants to go back up is the bookmap liquidity, which is still very light. Until then, everything else, I don't see a lot. We don't have the 3 criteria yet. We're still top wicking everything. So, yeah. Donde and por qué are the 2 questions we ask. Sí. Comprendo. If they fail this, though, if they fail it, we may possibly can get a run to overnight low, but they've got to be able to get under here. Otherwise, they're going to refresh to over 23,000. Did you see that Congress blocked the release of the Epstein files? I did see that, yes. That's very disconcerting. Very disconcerting. Going lower there. Another top wick on the 5-minute for NASDAQ here. If this breaks, there's going to be another 40 points of potential. What can we do? There we go. Break lower. On down. Now where can we go? It's still not wanting to do it. It's a very fluttery candle. They're still trying to hammer every bit of it, which is the whole problem here. But now I'm going for overnight low. Right here. Broke lower. I mean the files that aren't real. Yeah. The files that aren't real that are being blocked from being released. They're not real. Imagination. We're going lower? Yeah, we are. Looks like overnight lows, baby. All right, 62.77. We just broke under 62.80, coming on down to 56. Who's taking a profit? Take profit trade payout this week. Tell me why. Tell me por qué. What else we got here? Bottom wick. What the crap was that noise? All right, bottom wick back up. NASDAQ, a little bit of sweep down. Still wiki. Still hanging out. I should be able to take out today and just plan to leave it there until next week. Beautiful. Do it. What's your plan if oil dips under 65.40? I'm thinking I'm going to look to get the installations. Yeah, so obviously my first answer to everything is going to be it depends. Second answer is going to be 3 criteria. After that, I have an audio alert set. If you look on my charts here, I have an audio alert set for 65.40. See the little white arrow and dotted line, which now you can see? That's my audio alert right here. If they take that out, obviously it's going to be a game time decision based on the 3 criteria, which could happen because we do have CL inventories today, which is sometimes is a nothing burger, sometimes it's a big mover. It all depends on the output. But look at how much support we have in this area. So I would expect a bottom wick in this area, and I do want to play along off this area. This is the monthly low for oil-ish. It's certainly the multi-week low. I actually think the official monthly low is down here, depending on how you look at it. But either way, we're coming into major support there. I do want to play along off of it. So I want to be aware of what happens here. I think in 20 minutes they post it. We need to be aware. Let's see, ES just bottom wicked, NASDAQ just bottom wicked and went up. That was a liquidity sweep. 50 points. 50. Still working Wendy's? No, I'm still at Wendy's. Yeah. They actually moved me off the grill. They moved me to the drive-thru, but I didn't do well. I'm not a people person apparently, so they put me back on the grill. But hey, man, I like it. I get free burgers. All the burgers that drop on the floor, they let me eat them. It's good stuff. At least I'm not on the fryer though, man. The fryer, you get acne. There's oil all over the place. It's just no bueno. It's no bueno. Do we have to apply the break and retest along with the 3 criteria? Well, yes and no. So remember, everything that I teach here, the 3 criteria, is about confidence. You could still take trades outside of the bounds of the 3 criteria. It's just that's on you. You know, you have to defend your risk at that point. I want you to trade as if your biggest hater is sitting beside you. I want you to trade as if like your significant other is right beside you asking questions, which mine done frequently does. Sometimes I think I'm on an episode of Jeopardy because Mrs. OM asks so many questions. But I want you to trade as if they're right beside you, and you have to defend your entries to these people. And the 3 criteria helps me check that box. Why am I longing here? Why am I shorting here? Is this a good opportunity to put on a high confidence trade with a little bit bigger position sizing? Probabilities is the only thing that should dictate position sizing. What are the probabilities here that we bounce? What are the probabilities here that we sell? Is it more likely to short a low or to buy a low? Stuff like that. They give Amazon Jeopardies, yeah. What is Gabagoo? Wendy's burgers are overrated. I would agree with you, except I don't really like bread and butter pickles. I like dill pickles. I work at a pretzel store and we got down by the health department yesterday. Oh, there you go. The new Fuego sandwich at Wendy's is kind of preem. I don't know what the preem means. I got a dill pickle for you. Top wick. Right here. Have I taken a trade yet today? No, I haven't. Hello, Cladis. Top wick back over. Nearly had a heart attack just now. Took low confidence speculation short with 5 micros on a short on GC with increase in volume around 9 and goal reach 4-month trend macro level between 30 to 320. I was not on GC. I was on GC. Isn't that the second time you've done that? Dude, you need to figure out what you're going on, man. Check my account to see how the position was going. Saw the price $200 when trailing drawdown. Shot back down. Went green for a moment. Closed me because I'm an idiot. That's my first max 3. Beautiful. Well, know what you did wrong. Know what you did wrong. Top wick back over ES and NASDAQ. Disgusting price action so far. What's my take on Hood? I mean, me personally, fundamentally, I wouldn't touch this. That's actually probably not true because a lot of degenerates are trading on Hood. I would never personally put my money in a Robinhood brokerage ever. I wouldn't put nothing. However, from the fundamental aspect, there's a lot of degenerates out there. But from a price action standpoint, we just had a massive selling event, very, very high volume, right into 99, almost 100. But now they've taken out and they go higher. So the short opportunity from this little trigger is inactive because now it's gone even higher. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Daughter came up. This is why I do not do phone scalps and why I typically enter with high confidence 30, 120 minute swings last half hour. Rule 5, new official, only watch 30 to 1 hour chart via phone, via straight. Yep, 100% agree with that. There is zero chance you're scalping confidently on your phone. So I'm okay with taking longer term trades on the phone, but no scalping. No scalping. How's the option chain looking? Another top wick. This may get us lower. See, this is the part where I don't like shorting because this is where they typically can do a double bounce. This is where they do the W then bounce. So I'm kind of in no man's land here. 1.15 billion in puts, 893 million in sold calls, and increasing 896, 897. So they're still in the process of selling calls here. Right here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to request something from you all, kind of like a trade evaluation or something. I'm going to put all the people who participate into a list. I'm going to do a random drawing and give out account. I'll give away 2 accounts for TakeProfitTrader. And the next time we have more accounts to give away, we'll do something different. And then one time I'll just do a random drawing. Got to get out of that buy that dip. Time's up. I don't know, man. Everything's bouncing. Don't make it like Apex rules. What's that? Trust me, I've been called a perma-bear more times than I can count. I want to put on a major short. I'm just telling you, it's bouncing everywhere. Oh man. $23,012 coming back up. Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me laugh. top wick here. We have 23,012, 6290 up to 6300, and we're still defending this range. Look at that 4-hour range right here. RTY, PL not moving, SPX. Let's go over to oil real quick. CL still coming down here. That's my basis right here. And then, of course, if we take out the green level and we go down even more, this is where I'm looking for. This would be the Mac Daddy of longs. The lower we go into this area, the more blindly I'm taking calls. Now, obviously, I'm never going to take a blind position. But the closer I get to doing something like that, the lower into the support that we go. So be ready. Oil is going to present some opportunity in the upcoming days. I love it. I love it. It makes me giddy to see this type of opportunity, even if I wait, because I know I don't have to take a trade for 2, 3, 4 days, but I'm still going to make money, because when this position comes down and I long, the only thing you'll regret is that you didn't buy more. How'd you do that? It's all normal for people. Well, you know, I see both sides of it, man. The time to short is at the highs. There's nothing wrong with that. The best trades ever were shorts at the highs. However, you have to be very careful where you place that opportunity. And that's the key. Why is 63, 64 an area you'd hammer long? Let's take a look right here. So if you look on the screens, which I just went over, we have the first pivot here at 65.30. This is the prior two pivots. We have the imbalance from July 2nd. We have the bounce from July 5th. If we come back over, we have this major pivot down here, 64.63 on the bottom wicks. 63 was the prior support resistance. We have this prior range. In fact, I could tune this up a little bit. I'll make this a little bit lower. So it'd be more like this. And I would probably tune this up about right there. That would be my support zone right here. Boom. Past 14 days have been consolidating. We can drop 200 points now. It looks still the same. Pop 200. Yep. Yep. 100%. You know, I don't know if those comments are directed to me or other members, but yeah, 100%. Is that my thesis this whole week is, although my gut says that the top is getting near, there's nothing actionable here, and you still have to remain in buy the dip mode until otherwise stated. The technicals still say buy the dip until you have the signs, period. And that's the difference between Dr. Phil your feelings and what the technical charts tell you. Anyone got a Robinhood Gold credit card? 3% cash back on all purchases. Kind of nice. There you go. Seven more minutes I have to sign over to Bookmap. Gold still defending the area. Yep, doing nicely. 3 criteria. We have 3 bottom wicks. We have volume. 2 of the 3 are met. 2 of the 3 criteria are met. We haven't had a high close yet. It appears this candle may do it. If that does, you could play long to 33.41 with stops, of course. Look at this photograph. Why is that song stuck in my head? I wasn't going to share my mistakes since that's shameful lapse in attention detail, but I figured I would share the highs and lows too. Going to take a payout today equivalent to my monthly sub to PPT. Beautiful. So you paid for everything. You have a free month. Beautiful. No, I want you to share your mistakes, dude. I want you to share mistakes. Mistakes are what we learn from. I want y'all to share wins, and I want y'all to share mistakes. High quality server, baby. High quality server. I don't care if the membership in this server drops to 10 people a month. I will not allow grandstanding, cheerleading, nonsense, everything else. I'll sit here with all 10 people and we'll have ourselves a little powwow. Look at this photograph. Just a dumb question. Did you notice the 3 criteria in small scalps are pennies? Anything that has volume, you can use the 3 criteria on. Small caps, anything. Now, small caps are inherently difficult to trade because their spreads are very wide. Going green. Gold's still breaking out. Can it hold? If gold can hold this area, I would play the imbalance long. It's beautiful. I held the long through PPI this morning on TPT, got distracted. Oh, you blow the account? How'd they do that, by the way, if you don't mind us sharing the details for learning purposes? Did they close it when it started? Still active. Was it an eval account or was it a pro account? Eval. All right, so that answers the question then. Then evals are okay. Because it specified pro plus, so I didn't know if that was an oversight and that also is the evals. So I guess you can trade evals through news, but pro and pro plus you can't hold through news events. Me and Dan are getting the boot for sure. Nah, you ain't gonna get the boot. Man, this is garbage price action. I gotta, hey, Dan's in here. I gotta show you a picture of my Roma tomatoes. I grew Romas this year too, alongside my San Marzanos. They look beautiful. She focused on volume 2, requires extensive screening process. Look her up. She's great for small cap penny stock trading. There you go. Top wick, back over. All right, y'all, I have to pause. I have to sign over to Bookmap. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut down the streams. I'm going to go over to Bookmap server and begin a new stream. I'll post the links to the new streams in the server, in our server, when they are active. If you're on YouTube, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll get notifications when the stream becomes active, so you should automatically see it pop up. If not, you'll just have to search Options Millionaire. For some reason you don't want to subscribe and hurt me in an emotional way, you can go over and just search and you'll see it pop up. Has Hero shifted at all? Negative. Other than that, I'll see you here in about 2 minutes.